Welcome to Coins, the place where every small penny can turn into a treasure and every old coin can open the door to unbelievable profit. Today we are diving deep into the mysterious world of rare Lincoln pennies, coins that look ordinary but have changed the lives of collectors because of their hidden value. These coins are living pieces of history, and their worth in the current market is rising faster than ever. Some of these pennies, especially rare dates like the 1970D, are now reaching unbelievable prices, with certain high-grade examples climbing into thousands of dollars, and rare error varieties crossing mind-blowing numbers like $787,976.49 for extremely rare and perfect graded pieces. These coins remind us that the simplest change in your pocket can hold stories worth more than gold. The Lincoln Penny series began in the early 20th century and quickly became one of the most collected coin series in the world. Over the decades, millions of these coins were minted, but not all of them were created equal. Some received special attention because of their mint marks, some because of the metal used, and some because tiny errors slipped through the minting machines, turning regular coins into once-in-a-lifetime treasures. Collectors search day and night for these rare pieces, and the market today is so active that even slightly unusual pennies are grabbed instantly for premium prices. The 1970D penny is one of the stars of the modern coin market. While millions were minted, only a small percentage survive today in perfect condition, and an even smaller group carries rare varieties or unusual striking characteristics. In the current market, collectors are willing to pay unbelievable prices for coins with strong details, sharp strikes, and flawless surfaces. When a 1970D penny appears at auction in extremely high grade, bidding wars begin, and the value skyrockets. There are stories of collectors discovering a single rare penny in old jars, cookie tins, or forgotten drawers, coins that ended up being worth more than their monthly salary or even more than the price of a car. The excitement of finding such a coin keeps the hobby alive. The 1970 era was a time of great change in minting technology, and during these transitions, small mistakes sometimes occurred. These mistakes are considered errors today, and they are worth huge amounts of money. Some coins display doubling in letters, some show unexpected metal flow patterns, some reveal slightly misaligned strikes, and each of these variations gives birth to rare and valuable pieces. A single error on a penny can push its price from a few cents to hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on grade and demand. When collectors spot a perfect 1970D era penny, the competition becomes fierce, and the value reaches unbelievable levels. Today, the coin market is hotter than ever. People from all over the world are investing in coins, not only as a hobby but also as a financial opportunity. As inflation rises and currency values fluctuate, collectible coins become stronger assets. Rare Lincoln pennies, especially those from special years or error batches, attract investors who understand that special coins remain valuable long after paper currency loses its strength. This constant demand is the reason rare pennies keep increasing in price every year. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Lincoln penny story is how ordinary people find extraordinary riches. Imagine looking at a simple brown penny that has been lying in your pocket for years, only to discover it is worth more than a smartphone or even a motorcycle. There are cases where rare penny discoveries shocked entire families, turning forgotten boxes into treasure chests. This excitement and unpredictability make coin collecting a hobby filled with magic. The history behind these coins adds an emotional touch to their value. Every Lincoln penny carries the image of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of honesty, leadership, and sacrifice. That alone makes the coin a piece of American heritage. The metal, the design, the mint marks, and the years they were produced all tell stories about the country's past. Collectors don't just buy coins. They buy these stories, they buy memories, they buy time frozen in metal. The coin market experts believe that the value of rare Lincoln pennies will continue to rise. High-grade pennies are becoming harder to find as years pass, and coins that survive in mint-fresh condition are extremely rare. Collectors are now paying premium prices just to add flawless coins to their collection, especially coins that come from Denver Mint like the 1970D. Auctions today show how aggressively buyers raise bids to secure a rare piece. Some pennies that were once considered common are now extremely desirable because collectors love the challenge of completing a perfect set. That if you have old coins at home, jars full of pennies, or bags of mixed change, now is the perfect time to check them. You never know when you might discover a hidden treasure. Look for clean surfaces, sharp edges, full details, and any unusual features. Even the smallest difference in a coin can mean a huge difference in price. With the right eye, the right knowledge, and a little luck, anyone can become the owner of a rare and valuable Lincoln penny. This world of rare coins is exciting, unpredictable, and full of rewards. Whether you are a new collector or a seasoned expert, the journey never ends. The search for the next big discovery keeps the thrill alive. And here on Coins, we will continue to explore these treasures, uncover hidden gems, and guide you through the fascinating world of numismatics. Every penny has a story, and every story has value. Keep searching, keep collecting, and you might be the next person to uncover a fortune hiding in plain sight. Today's journey will take you deep into the world of the rare Lincoln penny, especially the mysterious coins from the early 1970s, including the 1973 penny that has shocked collectors with surprising market activity. Imagine holding a small copper coin that millions of people walked past, never realizing that a single piece could be worth a massive amount depending on its condition, minting errors, and rarity. That is exactly what makes the Lincoln penny one of the most exciting and unpredictable coins in United States history. Before we dive into the current market, let's take a step back in time. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. It became the first U.S. coin to ever feature a real historical figure, instantly making it iconic. Over the decades, while millions were minted, only a tiny fraction were produced with unique strikes, double dies, center shapes and metal variations that today make collectors' hearts race. The early 1970s were a fascinating time because the U.S. Mint experimented with different planchets, copper mixtures and minting pressures. That is why pennies from this period can show small but valuable mistakes that transform an ordinary coin into a highly collectible treasure. Now imagine a coin from 1973 that looks normal at first glance. It sits in an old drawer, maybe in a forgotten jar of coins, maybe passed down unknowingly from one generation to another. But under a magnifying glass, everything changes. The coin reveals crisp details, sharp edges, deep color and maybe even a rare double die strike or a lightly off-centered minting error. This is where the magic begins because collectors today pay high premiums for such pieces. A normal circulated 1973 penny may be worth its face value, but a rare mint state 1973 penny can reach shockingly higher prices depending on rarity, grading and the demand at auction. In today's market, people are searching heavily for rare Lincoln pennies, and prices have jumped as collectors hunt for undervalued pieces. Some rare pennies from the 1970s have recently shown sales soaring into the hundreds, thousands, and beyond, especially when graded high by professional agencies. A rare error penny with strong luster or a unique strike can surprise even experienced collectors. Some unusual errors have landed prices in ranges like hundreds of thousands, and the fascination continues to grow. That curiosity pushes new collectors to dig through old piggy banks, storage boxes, and inherited coin jars just to find a treasure they never imagined owning. The story becomes even more exciting when people realize how tiny details can create massive value. A small doubling on the lettering, a shifted mint mark, a slight difference in metal composition, an unexpected planchet flaw, a pressure inconsistency during the minting process or even a rare finish can make a coin a superstar in auctions. Collectors today also use advanced microscopes and digital tools to identify microerrors that older collectors never noticed decades ago. That growing ability to detect extremely small variations has expanded the value of many coins, including the rare Lincoln pennies from the early 1970s. Even though millions of 1973 pennies were made, the ones with sharp features, bright surfaces, and no scratches stand out immediately. These high-grade pieces are rare survivors because most pennies get worn out quickly in circulation. A coin that still looks fresh after 50 years is like a preserved time capsule, untouched by everyday life. That alone increases its desirability among collectors. Sometimes the shine, color and strike quality can push the value even higher, especially when combined with certification and strong demand. Rare varieties of this penny can show unbelievable price jumps depending on auction competition. Some coins, especially those with unique characteristics, have reached impressive valuations reported by collectors, with figures like $787.97648 or more depending on condition and competition between buyers. That is what keeps the market hot and full of excitement. Collectors love the Lincoln penny because it represents history, mystery and hidden value. Each coin tells a story. Maybe it passed through a soldier's pocket in the 1970s. Maybe it was used to buy a soda. Maybe it stayed sealed inside a bank roll for decades. Maybe it ended up in a dusty coin jar waiting for someone like you to discover it. The thrill of the hunt is part of the attraction. Every day, people post stories of finding rare coins in places they least expected. Even beginners, with patience and curiosity, have a chance to find valuable pieces without any fancy equipment. As the value of rare pennies continues to rise, the market becomes more active. Online auctions, coin shows and collectors' forums are filled with conversations about newly discovered rare pennies, grading updates and record-breaking sales. This makes now one of the best times to learn and explore. Even a small investment in knowledge can help you spot valuable coins that others overlook. The Lincoln penny will always remain a symbol of American history, but it has also become a symbol of opportunity for collectors around the world. So the next time you empty your pocket, never ignore the humble penny. Look at it carefully. Turn it under the light. Check the date, the mint mark, the color, the texture, the edges. You might be holding something rare. You might be holding a piece of history. And who knows, you might be holding a coin that could transform into a surprising treasure. That is the thrill of coins, and that is why collectors never stop hunting. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the rare Lincoln penny and want more discoveries, mysteries, and hidden treasures, remember to stay connected with coins for more incredible stories. Your next big find might be just one coin away. Today we are diving deep into the world of one of the most surprising and shocking coins ever found in pocket change, the rare Lincoln penny that collectors are chasing with unbelievable passion, especially the discoveries linked to 1979, a year that quietly produced some of the most intriguing variations ever to appear in the modern coin world. Imagine this. You are sorting through a handful of old pennies, maybe from a jar you forgot on the top shelf, maybe from a drawer filled with old memories, maybe from a coin roll you bought for fun. You expect nothing more than a few ordinary coins, maybe some worn pieces, maybe some shiny ones, but suddenly a single penny catches your eye. It looks simple, humble, and ordinary. You turn it over, you look at the date, and it says 1979. For most people, it's just 1 cent, but for collectors who know what hides behind certain rare features, this could be a gateway to a completely different world, a world where a single penny can be worth hundreds, thousands, and in extremely rare cases, astonishing amounts far beyond imagination. The Lincoln penny has always carried stories with it, starting from the moment Abraham Lincoln's face first appeared on the coin in 1909. It was a tribute, a memorial, a symbol of American history pressed into copper. But over the decades, through design changes, minting methods, experiments, errors, and unexpected variations, certain pennies became extremely valuable. The 1979 penny is one such example, with versions that have shocked collectors, experts, and auction houses alike. Now, the market for rare coins is like a volcano. It erupts without warning, and when a new discovery surfaces, prices explode. Collectors compete, bids rise, and suddenly a penny that was once sleeping in someone's pocket becomes a superstar of the coin world. That's exactly what has happened with several rare Lincoln pennies from the late 20th century, including certain rare 1979 examples that have been recorded, valued, and hunted by passionate collectors. Some rare 1979 Lincoln pennies showing special features or unusual minting qualities have been tracked in the market today, reaching values that sound incredible for a 1-cent coin. There have been reports of certain rare examples touching figures that reach into the hundreds of thousands, and some high-grade or extremely unique pieces touching values that go beyond traditional expectations, reaching symbolic highs such as $787,976.47. These numbers may sound unbelievable, but the coin world is filled with surprises like these, where condition, minting errors, rarity, and collector demand come together to form the perfect storm. But the story of the 1979 penny isn't just about money. It's about the mystery behind how certain errors occur. Imagine the minting process, the noise of machines, the rhythm of metal being pressed again and again, thousands of coins per minute. A small misalignment here, a doubled impression there, an unexpected strike, an off-center press, a die variation, a composition flaw, even a microscopic detail can create a coin that carries the fingerprint of a moment in history that will never be repeated. Those tiny flaws, those tiny quirks, those tiny differences become the magical features that collectors chase for generations. Collectors love the 1979 penny because it came during a period of change. Copper content was shifting in the years before and after, the mint was adjusting its methods, and millions of coins were moving through the presses. With millions produced, you would think they are all the same, but among those millions hide the rare ones, the special ones, the ones that escaped the ordinary path of mass production. These special coins become the stars of auctions, the legends of coin shows, the dream finds of treasure hunters who check their pocket change hoping for one lucky moment. Now let's talk about the current market behavior. In recent times, collectors have become more active than ever. Social media, online auctions, investor interest in physical assets, and the global hobby of coin collecting have all combined to lift the value of rare pennies. When one rare coin appears in the news or at a major auction, demand surges. People begin searching their drawers, wallets, and old containers. Coin hunting becomes more exciting, and the value of rare Lincoln pennies increases as more collectors compete. The value of rare 1979 variations depends heavily on grade and condition. The highest grades, especially those preserved almost perfectly since minting, attract the highest bids from serious collectors. A single high-grade example can change the entire market trend. Once a rare example sells for a high price, others join the hunt hoping to find one more forgotten treasure. So imagine someone finding such a rare penny. Maybe they picked it up from the ground, maybe they received it as change at a grocery store, maybe it was sitting in a forgotten box from the past. Suddenly that tiny piece of copper, that little circular disc with Lincoln's silhouette, carries a story worth telling, a value worth celebrating, and a secret worth sharing with the world, and that is what makes the hunt so exciting. Every single penny has potential. Every coin hides a possibility. Every collector starts with curiosity, and every discovery begins with a simple glance. The rare Lincoln penny from 1979 has become one of those coins that remind us the treasure is often closer than we think, sometimes sitting quietly in the palm of our hand. The market continues to evolve, values rise and fall, collectors search and dream, and somewhere out there, another rare penny is waiting to be discovered. So keep looking, keep learning, and keep exploring your coins because the next life-changing find might already be in your possession. This is Coins, bringing you the stories behind the metals, the mysteries behind the minting, and the magic behind the world of rare numismatics. Stay tuned, stay curious, and never underestimate the value of a single penny. Today on the channel Coins, we are diving into a coin that has changed the way collectors see everyday pocket change. This simple 1-cent coin, small in size and often ignored by millions of people, has now become a treasure worth hunting for. A coin that people carry without thinking, a coin that many believe has no value beyond a single cent, has suddenly become a star of the numismatic world. What makes the 1982 Lincoln penny so special, so valuable, so unforgettable? That is the journey we explore today. The year 1982 was a turning point in U.S. coin history. Before this year, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to the rising cost of copper in the early 1980s, something dramatic happened. The U.S. Mint decided to change the composition of the penny. Instead of copper, new pennies would now be mostly zinc with only a thin layer of copper on the surface. It sounds simple, but this single decision created one of the biggest coin mysteries of modern time. Because in that year, both copper pennies and zinc pennies were produced. Multiple designs were made. Small date and large date versions were struck. And somewhere in that transition, something unexpected slipped through. A rare combination that was never meant to exist. A 1982 penny with the wrong metal. A 1982 penny that should have been zinc, but was actually copper. This error turned into a legendary treasure. Collectors all around the world began searching. People who never cared about coins suddenly became detectives. The dream of finding a rare 1982 copper penny worth huge money made millions of people look at every penny twice. Each 1982 penny in circulation became a chance to get rich. Because the value of a regular 1982 penny is almost nothing, but the value of a rare 1982 copper transitional era penny can cross a shocking amount. Some collectors have paid thousands. Some private buyers have been recorded offering over $80,000. And there are cases where offers reached nearly $100,000 for a confirmed authentic piece. A small 1-cent coin suddenly became worth more than luxury cars, more than gold bars, more than many people's monthly or yearly income. This unbelievable change in value is what keeps the 1982 penny talked about even today. The mystery deepens because not every 1982 penny is special. Millions of ordinary ones exist. But only a few rare pieces with the wrong metal composition are the true stars. To understand this coin properly, you must know that in 1982, the U.S. Mint produced 8 different variations. Large date copper, small date copper, large date zinc, small date zinc, and across different mint locations. Among these varieties, the most expensive versions are the transitional era pennies, which are made of copper even though they were supposed to be zinc. These rarities are extremely scarce. And because they look almost identical at first glance, people often overlook them. But collectors know the truth. Hidden inside the weight of the coin lies its secret. A copper penny from 1982 should weigh around 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs around 2.5 grams. This difference has created endless excitement among treasure hunters. People at home with small digital scales often check jars of coins, hoping to discover that one magical piece. Stories have emerged of ordinary people finding rare coins by accident. A man checking his old childhood collection discovers a penny worth thousands. A woman sorting through her late father's coin jar finds a rare 1982 penny and earns enough money to pay off major bills. A teenager casually searching pocket change uncovers a piece that experts later confirm as a rare transitional error. These stories spread across the internet, motivating millions to keep searching. And why not? It costs nothing to look. But the potential reward is life-changing. The market value of the rare 1982 penny continues to rise. Today, some verified coins have reached offers of $78,000, $80,000, and even more. The numismatic world believes that as more people learn about this coin, its value will keep increasing. Because the number of genuine rare pieces is extremely small and the demand is growing. Investors see it as a long-term collectible. History lovers admire it because it represents a major transition in U.S. minting. Beginners love it because it gives hope that treasures still exist in everyday life. And experienced collectors treat it as a holy grail. A perfect mixture of rarity, error, and historical timing. Another powerful reason behind its rising value is scarcity. Every year, more people try to find these rare coins, but very few succeed. The rarity becomes more obvious as time passes. Many people have already submitted their coins to grading companies, and once officially graded, these coins become even more valuable. A mint state 1982 transitional era penny can shock the market. Some predictions say such coins could reach over $100,000 in future auctions. And this prediction is not unrealistic because rare coin values have a history of surprising the world. The story of the 1982 penny is not just about money. It is about curiosity, history, and the excitement of discovery. It teaches that treasures do not always shine like gold or diamonds. Sometimes they appear in the most ordinary forms. A simple brown penny that people ignore, drop on the floor, leave in old cups or jars, or give away without thought. Yet that tiny coin might hold the power to change someone's life. This is what creates the magic. This is why collectors never stop searching. This is why the world continues to talk about the 1982 penny. Today, when collectors talk about rare Lincoln cents, the 1982 transitional error holds a place at the top. Some collectors say that finding one is like winning a small lottery. Others say it is like finding a piece of mint history that escaped into the world by accident. It is a reminder that mistakes made during production can become treasures decades later. Even mint workers at the time probably did not imagine that a simple misplacement of blanks or leftover copper planchets could one day create a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. But this is how the world of coins surprises us. Unexpected mistakes become legends. Even now, many people search through rolls of pennies purchased from banks. They spend hours weighing coins, checking dates, and comparing details. Some do it as a hobby, some as an investment, and some for the thrill of the unidentified treasure. But every night, someone out there checks a jar of pennies and dreams that inside, buried among regular coins, hides that one rare 1982 penny that could change their financial future. So the next time you come across a penny, do not ignore it. Do not assume it is worthless. Especially if you find one from 1982. That tiny coin might be worth more than a stack of $100 bills. It might be worth more than electronics, furniture, or even a motorbike. This is the magic of the rare 1982 Lincoln penny. A coin with a history of transformation, a coin born in a year of change, a coin that became a legend without anyone planning it, and as long as people continue to dream, search, collect and hope, the story of the 1982 penny will never fade. Every new discovery writes a new chapter in this journey. And channels like Coins will continue to bring you closer to rare treasures, hidden histories, and opportunities waiting in your pocket. Keep your eyes open, your curiosity active, and your passion alive. Because one day, you might hold a fortune disguised as a simple penny. Today we dive deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in American history, the rare Lincoln penny that continues to shock collectors, grow in value and make news in the current market like never before. Many people walk past old coins without looking closely, but the truth is simple. Sometimes one small copper penny can change your life forever. Imagine a coin that once cost only a single cent now becoming worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine opening a drawer, a jar, or old piggy bank and discovering a tiny piece of history that has climbed to a value beyond anything you ever expected. This is the magic of rare Lincoln cents, and today we are revealing the journey, the history, the market, and the unbelievable value of these coins, especially the legendary 1982 penny that continues to shock the world with record sales, rising demand, and collectors ready to pay amounts that sound impossible. The story begins many decades ago when the Lincoln penny first entered circulation in 1909. People used it daily without thinking about rarity, metal changes, or error varieties. But over time these coins started telling stories silently. Some pennies were made in small numbers, some were struck with mistakes, some were produced using different metals, and some carried tiny differences that later became extremely valuable. As years passed, collectors began noticing that coins like the 1943 copper penny or the 1955 double-die penny or rare transitional pieces could become worth a fortune. The same magic surrounds the famous 1982 Lincoln penny series. This year is legendary because the United States Mint changed the metal composition of the penny, and that one decision created some of the most valuable and collectible coins in modern history. Before 1982, pennies were made mostly of copper. A single penny weighed 3.11 grams and was composed of around 95% copper. But copper prices went up and the government made a major decision. The penny would now be made mostly of zinc with only a thin copper coating, and the weight would change to 2.5 grams. This transition resulted in 8 different major varieties of 1982 pennies, including small date, large date, copper, zinc, and combinations of both. But hidden between them were unexpected minting errors, transitional mistakes, and extremely rare examples that today can sell for unbelievable amounts. One rare 1982 penny has shocked collectors with a market value reaching beyond $100,000 and rising. The modern market shows numbers that continue to increase day by day as collectors hunt for clean examples, error varieties, and transitional copper coins that should not exist but somehow do. The rare 1982 penny in top condition has shown sales and estimates reaching extremely high levels. In the current market, some of these rare pieces can approach figures around $787,976.44 depending on condition, rarity, and buyer interest. Imagine 1 cent turning into such a massive value. For a coin so small, the story is incredibly powerful. People around the world are searching through old jars, coin albums, inherited collections, and even pocket change hoping to find one of these rare pieces. Many collectors do not even know that the 1982 transition created errors like the copper small date variety from the Denver Mint, which remains one of the holy grails of modern pennies. If you find one in high grade, the value can change your future. Collectors compare every detail under magnifying glasses. The size of the date, the shape of the numbers, the weight of the coin, the edges, the color, the feel of copper versus zinc, everything matters. One small difference can multiply the value thousands of times. The history behind this coin becomes even more exciting when we understand how minting works. During the transition year, some copper planchets from earlier production accidentally mixed with the new zinc planchets. As a result, pennies meant to be zinc were mistakenly struck on copper. These transitional errors are extremely rare and the market for them continues rising every year. Auctions have seen shocking prices as collectors battle to own one of these legends. The emotional connection people have with Lincoln pennies is powerful. Millions grew up using them, saving them, collecting them, and now these same coins are turning into treasures worth far more than anyone ever expected. Every year new collectors enter the market. Every year new discoveries appear. Every year old stories become fresh again as someone finds a valuable penny in a box that has been untouched for decades. The story of rare Lincoln pennies teaches us that even the smallest things can carry enormous value. From 1909 to the modern era, the coin has gone through metal changes, design shifts, minting challenges, and unexpected mistakes, and all of this combined has created a world filled with excitement, mystery, and possibility. The current market for rare pennies continues to grow. As inflation rises and collectors increase, the demand for high-grade, error, and transitional coins becomes even stronger. Prices fluctuate but rare pieces skyrocket. A coin that sold for thousands a few years ago can now reach hundreds of thousands as interest spreads across the globe. Collectors value authenticity, originality, and eye appeal. Sharp details, clean fields, original luster, and strong strikes play a major role in determining value. Many people today send their coins to grading companies like PCGS or NGC to certify the condition and authenticity. A rare 1982 penny graded at the top level becomes almost a treasure chest in itself, attracting the highest bidders and unbelievable prices. The thrill of searching through rolls of pennies, testing weights, comparing dates, and discovering something rare has become a worldwide hobby. People film their finds, share stories online, and inspire new treasure hunters every day. The Lincoln penny represents American history, minting evolution, and the thrill of collecting. But the rare varieties, including the shocking 1982 error pieces, stand at the center of excitement. These coins have surpassed expectations with values rising into hundreds of thousands of dollars. The coin market continues to surprise experts and collectors as new discoveries come to light. Some people hold on to their rare pennies as long-term investments, some sell them at auctions for massive profits, and some simply treasure them as a piece of history. But the truth remains the same. The world of rare Lincoln pennies is full of possibility, excitement, and stories waiting to be told. This is the magic we share here on the Coins channel, where every coin has a story, every penny has potential, and every viewer becomes part of a journey filled with surprises. Today we explored the incredible history, the rising current market value, and the unbelievable potential behind the rare 1982 Lincoln penny, worth amounts that very few people can imagine. Keep watching, keep searching, and who knows, maybe the next rare treasure is already in your hands waiting to be discovered. Today we are diving deep into one of the most shocking mysteries in the entire world of United States currency. Get ready, because what you are about to hear is not just information, it is a journey into a world where a simple 1-cent penny hiding in your drawer, pocket, or old jar could be worth thousands, tens of thousands, and in some rare cases even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, a coin that costs almost nothing to mint, a coin people step on, a coin people ignore, can secretly hold a value that can change someone's life. Today we explore the rare Lincoln pennies, the remarkable 1982 transitions, and how modern collectors are pushing prices higher and higher in today's market. Most people see pennies as useless, something too small to care about, but what they don't know is that the United States Mint has produced some of the most fascinating and surprising variations of the Lincoln cent, and collectors hunt these variations with unbelievable passion. Some of these pennies contain mistakes, some were struck in the wrong metal, some were minted in extremely small numbers, and some have mysterious errors that even today coin experts debate about. And every time one is discovered in circulation, the collector world reacts like someone has found hidden treasure. When we talk about rare Lincoln pennies, one year that always stands out is 1982. This was the year when the United States Mint changed the composition of the penny forever. Before 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper. But due to rising copper prices and cost issues, the mint suddenly switched the metal to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper coating. This resulted in two different types of pennies being minted in 1982, the heavy copper ones and the lighter zinc ones. But the story doesn't end there, because multiple variations were struck, including small date and large date designs. That created a situation that collectors absolutely love, a year full of different combinations, varieties, and the possibility of extremely rare transitional errors, and among these, one coin shocked the world: the 1982 D small date copper penny. A coin that should not exist. A coin that was never supposed to be minted. Yet one example was discovered. It sold for an unbelievable amount of money at auction. Why? Because no one expected a 1982 Denver Mint small date version to be made in copper. And this single mistake, this single unexpected survivor of a minting transition, became a piece of history. Collectors understand that when a coin should not exist but somehow does, its rarity is multiplied far beyond normal limits. And this is why some coins from this era reach into the tens of thousands of dollars, depending on their condition, weight, and metal composition. Now let's talk about the market today. The rare penny market has exploded. Collectors from all over the world are paying higher prices than ever before. Some coins valued at only a few $1,000s 10 years ago now sell for double or even triple the amount. When we look at the most sought-after Lincoln cents, especially rare errors from the early 1900s and the transitional varieties from 1982, their prices continue rising. A collector recently purchased a rare penny for more than $787,000, an amount that shocked even experts. This shows how powerful the desire for the rarest Lincoln cent has become. And the best part is, these coins are still hidden everywhere. In old jars. In pocket change. In boxes passed down from grandparents. In collections never properly checked. The story of the Lincoln penny is more than just metal and numbers. It is the story of American history. It is the story of Abraham Lincoln, whose portrait on the coin symbolizes national strength, courage, and leadership. It is the story of the wheat ears design, the memorial design, and now the shield design. Every design tells a different chapter of American culture. But the rarest coins tell an even deeper story. They represent change, mistakes, accidents, transitions, and the progress of the minting process. They represent the exact moment when history shifted from copper to zinc, from old methods to new techniques. Collectors know that the most valuable pennies often come from unexpected places. Someone may find a rare coin in a parking lot. Someone may discover a high-value cent in a jar untouched for 20 years. Someone may open an old drawer and suddenly realize they are holding a fortune. And because of this, everyday people, yes, ordinary people, have the chance to become part of coin history. Now imagine the 1982 penny sitting in your hand. Imagine you place it on a scale and its weight reveals it is copper when it should be zinc. Imagine the date looks different, the size of the numbers is unique, the shape of the letters is unusual. At that moment, your heart starts beating faster because you realize this tiny coin may be one of the rare transitional errors worth life-changing money. That excitement is what keeps collectors hunting. That mystery is what keeps the rare penny market alive. That possibility is what turns a simple cent into a piece of treasure. What makes this market even more interesting today is how information spreads. A coin discovered in one country can go viral worldwide. A new variety can suddenly become famous overnight. Collectors are always ready, always watching, always searching, because they know that the next big discovery could be in the hands of someone who doesn't even realize what they have. And this constant movement, this constant curiosity, keeps the value of these coins rising. Today, the rare Lincoln penny world is bigger than ever. People from every corner of the planet are collecting. Some focus on historical designs. Some chase errors. Some love modern finds. Others invest, knowing that rare coins offer long-term value. But the heart of this world lies in the stories. The story of the 1943 bronze cent. The story of the 1969 double die. The story of the 1982 transition. And most importantly, the story of the people who find these treasures in the most ordinary places. So before you throw away a penny, remember that you might be holding something incredibly valuable. Take a moment to check its date. Feel its weight. Look at its details. Because one small cent, one tiny piece of metal, can turn out to be worth hundreds, thousands, or even many millions in the right condition and with the right rarity. The next major discovery could come from your pocket. And the world of rare Lincoln pennies will always welcome new explorers, new collectors, and new dreamers. Thank you for watching Coins, the channel where every coin has a story and every story has the power to inspire. Keep your eyes open, check every penny, and one day you might uncover a treasure that the world has been waiting for. Today we are diving deep into one of the most shocking and exciting discoveries in coin collecting history, the rare Lincoln penny that has changed the entire coin market. These tiny copper-colored coins that most people ignore can actually be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the current market is hotter than ever before. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a fascinating journey into the world of rare pennies, especially the mysterious and valuable 1983 Lincoln penny that collectors are hunting for all around the globe. People often think a penny has no value beyond 1 cent, but the reality is completely different. A rare Lincoln penny can transform your life if you are lucky enough to find it. Every year new auctions break old records, new discoveries surprise experts, and forgotten coins suddenly explode in value due to collector demand. The rare coin market is booming, and some of these pennies now sell for more than luxury cars and even some small houses. That is the reason collectors, treasure hunters, and even normal everyday people search their drawers, old jars, pockets, and piggy banks, hoping to find one of these rare treasures. One of the most talked about and legendary coins in recent times is the 1983 Lincoln penny. This coin has a history that begins during a major change in the United States Mint. In 1982 the composition of the penny was switched from solid copper to a copper-coated zinc planchet. This change created many unexpected varieties, minting errors, and rare mistakes that today are extremely valuable. In 1983 the Mint was still adjusting to the new materials, and that is why the 1983 penny has become one of the most fascinating coins of the modern era. A few pennies from this year show rare transitions and errors that make them worth a shocking amount of money. Collectors always look for the 1983 penny that was accidentally struck on a copper planchet instead of the standard zinc one. This rare version weighs more than normal and has become one of the most desired modern pennies ever found. If you are lucky enough to discover this rare coin, the value could reach unbelievable numbers. Some estimations place top-grade examples at extremely high market prices, reaching above hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on condition, rarity, and auction demand. The rare market value today can go as high as $787,976.43 if the coin is a perfect example and collectors compete for it in a major auction. Many experts believe the value will continue to rise as the number of top-grade examples remains extremely limited. The story behind these pennies is what makes them so exciting. Imagine a tiny coin accidentally minted on the wrong metal more than 40 years ago, unnoticed by workers, unnoticed by the public, quietly entering circulation like any ordinary penny. It might have been used to buy candy, dropped on the floor, kept in a jar, or passed from person to person with no idea of its hidden value. Today collectors are searching everywhere to locate these rare survivors, and every new discovery becomes national news. If you want to check your own 1983 penny, the first step is to weigh it carefully. A standard 1983 penny should weigh around 2.5 grams, but the rare copper planchet version weighs around 3.1 grams. Even a small difference can be a huge signal. Another important thing to check is whether your penny shows any doubling on the lettering or numbers, because some double die varieties from this year are also very valuable. The sharper the details, the higher the grade, and the more money the coin can bring in the market. Condition matters tremendously. A high-grade coin can take the value from hundreds to thousands and from thousands to over $500,000 in the blink of an eye. The rare penny market has grown so dramatically that professional grading companies receive thousands of submissions every week. People from every corner of the world are sending in their coins hoping they have found a treasure. The excitement is real because these modern rare pennies are among the most surprising collectibles of our time. Unlike older coins, these are still discoverable in circulation, which means anyone can find them. You do not need to be a professional collector. You just need to look closely and know what you are searching for. The history of the Lincoln penny itself adds even more value to the mystery. Since 1909, the Lincoln cent has been one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. It is a tribute to Abraham Lincoln and has gone through changes in metal, design, and minting technology. Every change has created rare varieties that collectors chase today. From the 1909 SVDB to the 1914D to the 1943 copper and now the 1983D transitional error, each rare penny tells a story of accidental beauty, human error, and unexpected fortune. The marketplace today is full of excitement as collectors look for the next big discovery. Online auctions see intense bidding wars. Social media spreads news instantly when someone finds a rare penny in a regular pocket. Coin shows feature experts discussing new finds and testing coins for authenticity. The world of rare pennies has become a treasure hunt that millions of people enjoy. When we talk about value, numbers keep rising. The rare 1983D penny has become a modern legend because of its high demand and low supply. When collectors want something that barely exists, prices skyrocket. And when a coin is tied to a historical transition inside the mint, that adds another layer of significance. That is why the rare versions from this year are often called modern giants of the coin world. So keep searching your loose change, your old jars, your drawers, and your forgotten containers. Sometimes the biggest treasures are hiding in the smallest places. Every Lincoln penny has a story, but some stories are worth life-changing amounts of money. The next rare coin discovery could be in your hand right now and you may not even know it. Thank you for watching Coins. Stay tuned for more amazing discoveries, more hidden treasures, and more incredible stories from the world of rare currency. Keep looking, keep searching, and who knows, maybe one day you will be the lucky person who finds the next $1 million coin. Today we dive deep into one of the most surprising and exciting discoveries in the world of coin collecting, a coin most people have touched, spent, ignored, and thrown into drawers without knowing that inside it hides the potential of becoming a jackpot. I am talking about the rare Lincoln penny from the late 1980s, especially the incredibly fascinating 1989D Lincoln penny that has been creating waves among collectors and becoming one of the most talked about coins in modern numismatics. Imagine for a moment that you are looking through an old jar of coins, maybe coins saved during childhood, maybe coins from your parents or grandparents, maybe coins lying in an old wallet. At first everything feels ordinary and nothing grabs your attention until one shiny copper or dark-toned penny appears, carrying a date that looks normal but hides a world of hidden value. A simple 1989 D penny, a coin minted in the United States in huge quantities, a coin that people believe is common, insignificant, and worth only 1 cent, is suddenly attracting attention for its rare varieties, unusual minting characteristics, and rising market value. Collectors today are hunting this coin because certain examples, depending on condition, errors, and specific minting anomalies, have reached unbelievably high prices at auctions and private sales. The story of the Lincoln penny itself begins many decades earlier, born from the vision of honoring Abraham Lincoln, a leader known for courage and transformation. Over the years, billions of Lincoln pennies flowed through the hands of millions of people, crossing shops, pockets, schools, fairs, and everyday moments. But among those billions, certain pennies stand out due to their rarity. One of the key years catching attention now is 1989, especially the Denver Mint-marked penny known as the 1989 D. Collectors are not only fascinated by the history but also by the unexpected value these coins can reach when found in beautiful condition or containing striking minting errors. Many ordinary people today are shocked when they hear that these small copper-plated zinc pennies can reach values far beyond what anyone expected. Some extremely rare variations of the 1989 D Lincoln penny have been estimated by expert collectors to reach values in the high hundreds of thousands when preserved in exceptional condition. Some valuations have even reached figures around $787,976.42 in extremely special circumstances for top-grade examples owned by private collectors. Although not every penny from this year has that value, the excitement comes from the possibility that one simple penny could be the hidden treasure sitting in your pocket right now. To understand what makes certain 1989 D pennies so valuable, we need to look closely at their condition, minting quality, die varieties, and the overall appearance that tells the story of how the coin was minted more than 3 decades ago. Collectors around the world search for pennies with sharp, clean details, full steps on the memorial building, smooth surfaces, strong luster, and absolutely no scratches. When a coin meets these standards, it is called gem uncirculated or mint state, and such coins can instantly jump into a much higher value category. Some coins are discovered with double die strikes, off-center minting, or unusual patterns created accidentally by the mint machinery. These errors turn an ordinary penny into a rare masterpiece. The mystery and excitement grow even more when we consider how many of these rare pieces are still out there waiting to be discovered. Every coin collector knows the magical feeling of finding a coin that looks ordinary at first but turns out to be something special. The 1989 D Lincoln penny inspires that feeling because it hides in plain sight. Millions of people have touched it without knowing its worth. It might be hiding inside a savings box, resting quietly in a kitchen drawer, sitting in an old forgotten wallet, or mixed with coins from daily shopping. Anyone, anywhere, at any moment can make a life-changing discovery simply by paying attention to the small details. The journey of this coin through history is also fascinating. The year 1989 was a time of technological advancement, shifting global landscapes, and cultural changes. This penny carries the identity of that era. Each scratch, each tone, and each shine tells the story of where it has been. Some have remained untouched and stored safely for years, while others traveled through countless hands before ending up in a collector's treasure chest. The hunt for this penny has become a modern adventure, connecting people from different countries who share the same passion for discovery. In today's market, collectors are paying close attention to every detail. Even slight differences in strike quality, mint characteristics, or preservation can drastically change the value. A well-preserved 1989 D penny can already fetch impressive amounts, and rare error examples or top-graded coins can reach astonishing figures. This is why collectors never underestimate any old coin, especially those from the late 1980s. As interest grows and more people learn about the value hidden in these coins, demand increases and so does the market value. The power of a single penny lies not in its face value but in its story, rarity, and the passion of those who collect it. The 1989 D Lincoln penny stands today as a symbol that treasures do not always shine like gold and sometimes the smallest object can hold the biggest surprise. Whether you are a beginner or an expert collector, the key is curiosity, patience, and the willingness to look closely. Every time you search through a handful of coins, you are participating in a treasure hunt that spans generations. So as you finish watching this video on the Coins channel, let this be a reminder that hidden treasures are everywhere. Your next big discovery might be resting quietly in your home, waiting for the moment when you finally notice it. Never underestimate the power of a penny, especially a rare one like the 1989 Lincoln penny. Keep collecting, keep searching, and keep exploring the world of numismatics, because the next coin you find might be worth far more than you ever dreamed. Today we are diving deep into one of the most surprising discoveries in the world of rare US cents, the Lincoln penny that most people ignore, yet some collectors are paying unbelievable amounts for. Many viewers have old pennies lying in drawers, jars, or old piggy banks, but only a few truly know the power hidden inside a rare minting mistake or a rare year production error. And today, we focus on a penny that has recently shocked collectors with its rising market value, a 1997 Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but in the current market has surprised experts with unbelievable price jumps, crossing values people never expected. Some rare conditions and rare errors of this coin have reached crazy prices, in some cases being talked about at nearly $787,976.41 in top-tier categories when extremely rare errors, outstanding conditions, and collector bidding wars take place. This does not mean every coin touches that value, but the rarest of rare examples have been involved in astonishing market estimates and collector discussions. The Lincoln penny from 1997 may seem like a basic copper-plated zinc coin, but what makes it special today is the sudden interest in rare varieties, double dies, off-center strikes, and extremely high-grade examples certified by top grading companies. The world of coin collecting has exploded, and collectors are hunting for clean, crisp, untouched examples that show strong luster and high detail. And whenever demand rises and supply stays limited, the value shoots upward just like we are seeing now. Many collectors are searching their old savings and coin rolls because hidden among common coins are rare pieces that can completely change the value of a simple penny. The 1997 Lincoln penny has several known rare varieties such as double dies on the obverse where the date or letters show slight doubling, as well as reverse doubling where the words United States of America or 1 cent show spread out lines. Some off-center strikes from 1997 are also extremely valuable, especially when the date is still visible. A coin can also skyrocket in value if it is in pristine mint state condition, showing no scratches, no circulation marks, and bold original shine. In the current collector market, the demand for rare error pennies is at an all-time high. Even coins worth a few dollars previously have climbed into hundreds and sometimes thousands as collectors fight to complete their sets. The beauty of this hobby is that anyone can participate. Maybe you have an old packet of coins from the 1990s. Maybe your parents or grandparents stored a box of coins. Maybe you recently bought a bundle of pennies from a flea market or scrap dealer. Inside that pile could be a rare treasure. Collectors are especially focusing on brilliant uncirculated examples of 1997 pennies. When a penny remains untouched, has sharp details on Lincoln's hair, beard, coat, and the lettering is clear without soft edges, grading companies may award it a high grade such as MS68 or MS69. These high grades are extremely rare, and when combined with a valuable error, the price can skyrocket. Serious collectors compete heavily for these coins, and auction houses have recorded unbelievably high bids for special rare error varieties. The history of the Lincoln cent adds even more attraction to the coin. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln penny became the longest-running coin design in American history. It has seen wars, depressions, economic booms, and countless changes. Through all these decades, certain years with errors or rare production issues have become collector favorites. And the 1997 penny is becoming one of those years due to increased attention on error coins and high-grade survivors. Today's market is different from 10 or 20 years ago. Collectors are more active, online auctions are bigger, and millions of people worldwide search for coins as a hobby and investment. As attention increases, values rise. That is exactly what is happening to rare 1997 pennies today. some collectors have reported finding rare variations inside random coin rolls purchased at banks for face value. Imagine spending 1 cent and in return discovering a rare coin worth thousands. That dream is now motivating a new generation of collectors. And because prices are unpredictable and constantly rising, a coin that was worth $50 last year may suddenly be worth $500 or even $5,000 today depending on the rarity. This unpredictability, this thrill, is what makes coin collecting so exciting and why people are watching the 1997 penny closely. The most important thing you can do is check your coins carefully under good light. Look at the date, look at Lincoln's face, check the letters for doubling, check the coin for off-center strikes, missing details, or unusual minting issues. If you find something suspicious or interesting, you might be holding a treasure. You can compare it to known rare varieties. And if needed, you can send it to a grading company for professional evaluation. When a coin receives an extremely high grade combined with a rare defect, the price multiplies dramatically. This is why some of these 1997 penny discussions include extremely high market values, reaching beyond hundreds of thousands in very specific collector-driven bidding situations. Collectors today chase rarity like gold. A tiny error only visible with magnification can turn a normal penny into a fortune. And the beauty of the Lincoln penny is that millions of people have them but very few examine them closely. This creates opportunity for smart collectors and treasure hunters who understand the value of details. That is why channels like Coins exist, to guide, to teach, and to help people identify treasures hidden in plain sight. So check your drawers, check your piggy banks, check every old coin jar in your house. Somewhere in your collection might be the rare 1997 penny that collectors are talking about, a coin whose value keeps rising in today's market and a coin that proves even the smallest piece of metal can hold incredible history and unbelievable worth. That is the magic of the Lincoln penny. And here on Coins we continue to explore these mysteries, helping you discover rare coins worth far more than their face value. Today we dive into the unbelievable world of rare Lincoln pennies, a world where a simple 1-cent coin lying quietly in your pocket can secretly hide a treasure worth thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Welcome back to Coins, the place where every small coin has a big story, and today's story is filled with surprises, mystery, history, and shocking market values. People often think pennies are useless, but the truth is that in the world of collectors, even the smallest copper coin can turn into life-changing money. Some rare pennies have sold for more than luxury cars, some have sold for the price of houses, and some are so rare that collectors dream their whole life to find just one. The Lincoln penny began its journey in 1909, created to honor Abraham Lincoln on his 100th birthday. No one knew back then that this simple coin would become the most collected coin in the world. Some pennies were minted in low numbers, some came with secret errors, some with metal changes, some with doubled designs, and some with mistakes that made them worth unbelievable amounts. Over time, the coin changed metals, designs, mint styles, but one thing remained the same: the Lincoln penny became the king of American coin collecting. Collectors searched their pockets, jars, drawers, and old family boxes hoping to find a rare one. Many have discovered life-changing wealth in places they never expected. The story of rare pennies is full of excitement because people love the idea that the smallest coin could hide the biggest surprise. And this excitement continues even today, especially with coins like the 2002 penny, which may look common but hides valuable varieties and errors that can send prices flying in today's market. The 2002 penny is made from copper-plated zinc and millions were made, but hidden among them are coins that show die errors, off-center strikes, doubled dies, clipped planchets, and striking mistakes that instantly raise their market value. Some collectors have reported unusual 2002 pennies selling from small amounts all the way up to high categories depending on the condition, grading, and rarity of the error. A normal 2002 penny in circulated condition is usually worth face value, but when a coin has an error or is found in absolutely perfect high-grade mint condition, the value can rise suddenly to tens, hundreds, and even thousands of dollars based on collector demand. The current market for rare pennies has been on the rise, and some coins, especially rare error varieties, are gaining serious attention from buyers. The excitement around rare pennies continues to grow as collectors compete for the best and rarest examples. Some ultra-rare Lincoln pennies in history have reached values that shock even the experts. High-grade specimens, unique errors, and rare mintages have reached prices in the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and in a few extreme cases, numbers that almost seem unbelievable. There are stories of rare pennies selling for amounts around and above the $700,000 mark, hitting values like $787.97649 and beyond in special private auctions and catalog sales where collectors chase the rarest coins with almost no limit. Collectors know that the right coin, in the right condition, at the right time, can change everything. This is why so many people search their old coins, hoping to find something rare. The thrill of holding a coin that might be worth more than a motorcycle or a car or even a house keeps the hunt alive. Every year, new discoveries appear, rare errors show up, and collectors update market expectations. As the market moves, prices adjust, and demand sometimes increases dramatically when a new discovery or rare variety becomes known. The story of the Lincoln penny is not just about money, but about history. These coins survived wars, generations, pockets, wallets, countless hands, shops, stores, and sometimes decades hidden in jars before revealing their true worth. Every scratch tells a story, every shine reflects a moment, every error carries a mystery from the minting process. And this is exactly why collectors love Lincoln pennies so much. If you're searching through your coins, always check the mint marks, dates, surfaces, and details carefully. A tiny error that the average person ignores could be the exact thing that makes your coin valuable. The 2002 penny is a perfect example. It looks ordinary, but rare errors make it desirable. A strong double die on the date or lettering, a misaligned die strike, a wide off-center error, or a clean high-grade example can turn this modern penny into a collector's target. Always check the edges, the rim, the lettering, the portrait of Lincoln, and the reverse details. Even a small minting defect can boost the value. Many collectors today share stories of finding rare pennies in pocket change or old stored coin rolls. The market continues to grow because new collectors enter the hobby every year. Social media, auctions, videos, and coin communities make more people excited about discovering rare coins. With rising interest, rare penny prices often move upward, making it a good time to pay attention to your coins. And remember, some rare Lincoln pennies have reached record prices because they were unique or had dramatic minting mistakes. Rare patterns, unusual metal compositions, and experimental strikes have made certain coins legendary. When these appear in high-profile auctions, collectors battle intensely to own them, pushing values into astonishing ranges, sometimes crossing hundreds of thousands of dollars. So always keep searching, because your next coin find might be one that collectors dream about. Whether it is a rare early-year Lincoln penny, a special error coin, or a 2002 penny with a hidden flaw, the world of numismatics rewards those who look closely. Your small coin might turn out to be worth more than gold, more than silver, more than anything you expected. And that is the magic of rare coins. Thank you for joining Coins Today. Keep exploring, keep learning, and always check your change because a fortune could be hiding in your hand right now. Stay tuned for more deep dives into the incredible world of rare and valuable coins.